first you start reading about physical mind. Okay. We read the para and then we'll do explanations.
We'll read the para?
Yeah, read the whole para about physical mind.
Okay. Above physical mind and deeper within that physical sensation, there is what we may call an intelligence of the life mind, dynamic, vital, nervous, more open, though still obscure formation, though only of an obscure life soul, not the psychic being but a frontal formation of the vital Purusha. This life soul concretely senses and contacts the things of the life world and tries to release them here. It attaches immense importance to the satisfaction and fulfillment of the life being, the life force, the vital nature. It looks on physical existence as a field for the life impulses. Self-fulfillment for the play of ambition, power, strong character, love, passion, adventure, for the individual, the collective, the general human seeking and hazard and venture, for all kinds of life experiment and new life experience. But for this saving element, this greater power, interest, significance, the physical existence would have for it no value. This life mentality is supported by our secret subliminal vital being and is in veiled contact with the life world to which it can easily open and so feel the unseen dynamic forces and realities behind the material universe. There is an inner life mind which does not need for its perceptions the evidence of the physical senses and senses is not limited by them. For on this level, our inner life and inner life of the world become real to us independent of the body and of the symbols of the physical world, which alone we call natural phenomenon, as if nature had no greater phenomena and no greater realities than those of gross matter. The vital man, molded consciously or unconsciously by these influences, is the man of desire and sensation, the man of force and action, the man of passion and emotion. The kinetic individual, he may and does lay great stress on the material existence, but he gives it even when most preoccupied with its present actualities. A push for life experience, for force of realization, for life extension, for life power, for life affirmation and life expansion, which is nature's first impetus towards enlargement of the being. At a highest intensity of this life impetus, he becomes the breaker of bonds, the seeker of new horizons, the disturber of the past and present in the interest of the future. He has a mental life which is often enslaved to the vital force and its desires and passions. And it is these he seeks to satisfy through the mind. But when he interests himself strongly in mental things, he can become the mental adventurer, the opener of the way to new mind formations, or the fighter of an idea, the sensitive type of artist, the dynamic poet of life, or the prophet or champion of a cause. The vital mind is kinetic and therefore a great force in working of evolutionary nature.
Quite a big para, and he has given a very detailed description of the vital man. Okay, so the man who is centered mostly in his vital, this is the description given by Sir. But remember also that there are, so you can hear me now?
We can hear you.
Yes, Ranga.
So, remember one very important thing, that the individual and the universe are very, very intimately connected. And the connection is exactly like the sea and the waves. Okay? The waves are individuals, but they are part of the sea. Okay? So we are also, our body is a small formation, material formation of the universal sea of matter, the ocean of matter, and a little bit of that ocean from the ocean, a little bit of substance is taken and your body is made from that. Exactly the same thing happens also with the vital. Above the material sea, the material ocean, there is a different plane of existence which is a life, Shakti. Okay? It is expressing itself in 100,000 ways. Life. When we say life, we must understand, we think of animals, plants and human beings, but life is only one expression of the Shakti. In the universe, you can see the Shakti everywhere. The wind is blowing, it is Shakti. The river is flowing, it is Shakti. The storm is coming, it is Shakti. The sun is shining, it is Shakti, but not life. All these are not life. Okay? Life is only one aspect of Shakti. And life, it comes into existence and it combines itself with matter. No life is possible without a combination of a material thing. Every insect, every animal is a combination of Shakti, life principle, as well as matter. If matter is not there, like the storm or the lightning, okay, or the movement of the sea, all these are also Shakti, but there is the element of life as we normally understand it is not there. Okay? So Sranga is describing now the individual vital, the Shakti part. Okay? When an individual is materialistic, his body is the most important for him. Okay? When a man is more vitalistic, Sranga uses the word kinetic. Kinetic means full of action. Okay? So, he is a vital man. That is what Sranga is describing here. But a man can also be mental. So, he can be a thinker, he can be a professor, he can be a theorist, okay? Or he can also be a philosopher. Okay? So, he is mind. So, now what Sranga is describing is the vital man. And later on in the next paragraph or two, he will describe the mental man. Why is he doing this? If you remember, he is saying, where does this evolution end? Okay? Remember, the chapter is Evolutionary Process-Ascent and Integration. As it keeps going up and up, it takes up the lower into itself. When life comes in, it takes matter into itself. When mind comes in, it takes in life and matter into itself. That is man. Okay. So next step will be also spiritual consciousness, but it will take up the nature of matter will change. Okay. The nature of matter is changing all the time. Okay. So this is why he is describing where is the end of the evolutionary scale. That's what he is describing. That's why he started from the bottom. So he will tell you, first of all, I am in matter. Then, now he is describing the life. Then he will describe the mind. Then he will go to the spiritual planes of consciousness. And he says, will it stop here? No. It goes on, until there will be some sort of, not stoppage, but reaching the supermind. This is what Sranga is doing. Okay? So, now, we look at our paragraph that we have read today. Above the physical mind. So it is something superior. When he is using the word above, it is not geographically or geometrically above. It is qualitatively superior to matter. That's what I mean. And why qualitatively? Because it is got life. Life has come in. Life is superior to matter. Matter is dead. Life is alive. Okay? So it is above. Above physical mind and deeper within than physical sensation, there is what we may call an intelligence of the life mind. So he is describing the life mind. Life mind is the vital mind. Okay. It combines life with mind. And its nature, what is its nature? Dynamic. It is full of action, vital, okay, nervous, more open. Nervous because the nerves in us, we are all doctors, both of you, not both of you, but Jayant and Kirandi, but you are doctors. So the nerves are the combination of life and matter. Okay? A stone is only matter. It will not have sensations. But how do we feel sensations? It is the nerves that carry the sensation and transmit it to the brain. So that is why it's a combination of life and matter. Okay? And the nature is like this. That's why you call it nerves. And it is more open. More open means more open to action and reaction. More matter is not. A stone, if you hit it, it will not react to you. But life will react. Okay? Life will react. It will absorb your influence and give you back something. Though still obscurely, there you are. When it becomes man, it becomes less obscure. Obscure means not very clear. Okay? Not obscure, not in the sense of light. Obscure in the sense of not clear. Okay? Though still obscurely, to the psychic, capable of a first soul formation, though only of an obscurer life soul. Not the psychic being, because psychic being is the divine element in you and it is deep inside you. But the vital mind is describing the vital mind. It's also capable of some sort of action. Though not only of an obscurer life soul, not the psychic being, but a frontal formation of the vital Purusha. Now we use the word Purusha. The Purusha is consciousness. And this consciousness, remember one thing, it is something that exists by itself. It doesn't depend on life. Okay, many people think that consciousness comes only when life comes in. A worm is conscious at a certain level. A caterpillar is conscious at a certain level. An insect is capable of consciousness at a certain level. Cats and dogs are at a slightly higher level. Consciousness is there. Man also, consciousness is there at an even higher level. But consciousness doesn't depend on life. It is there self-existent. It is there outside man, outside animals. It is there in the universe. From the highest to the lowest. The highest is full consciousness, and as it keeps coming down, it becomes less conscious, less conscious, less conscious, until finally, in matter, it is seen to be not conscious at all. Consciousness is there, but in seed form, not open. Okay? So, that is why Surendra is calling it a vital Purusha. Purusha is consciousness. So, there is a physical Purusha, that's your body. There is a vital Purusha, that is your desires and all these things. Okay? Your wants and your needs to expand, to understand, to possess. This is the nature of the vital. I read the text now. This life soul concretely senses and contacts the things of the life world. So wherever the life is there, your vital will be able to come in contact with it. Okay? And tries to realize them here. Now this is very interesting. There are people who have this vital power of materialization. You know that, no? So, for instance, Puttapati Sai Baba. Okay? You have heard of him surely. He materializes things. He has got that power. There are many others also who can materialize things. So their vital is very developed. They can contact the vital force in the universe and use it for materialization. Okay? So that's what he's meaning. He's using a very interesting word. This life soul concretely senses very clearly, maybe you and I can't, but he senses and contacts the things of the life world and tries to realize them here. He tries to make whatever is there in the vital world, he tries to make it real in the physical world. It attaches immense importance. What is the it? The vital Purusha. Okay? It attaches, in other words, to make it simple, it is your own vital nature. Okay? Your Rajasic nature. Sattvic is mind, Rajasic is the life element in you, the vital, and the tamas corresponds to the body. Okay? So, life force, vital nature. It looks on physical existence as a field for its life impulses, self-fulfillment. So, for the vital man, the physical world exists only for satisfaction of his vital desires and wants and ambitions. Okay? So that's what. He tries to realize them here in the physical world. There are many who are like that. Huh? They enjoy life. They put all their energy into getting things and enjoying them. That's the nature of the vital Purusha. Now, is that something bad? Certainly not. If you are at that level and you want to satisfy your impulses, there's nothing wrong in it. But there's a big problem if you want to do yoga. If you want to go to a higher level of consciousness, you have to control the vital. But if you don't want to do any yoga or anything, by all means, go ahead and enjoy life. Okay? So that's why there is no judgment on it. This is bad or good, no. Everything is just got its own character. So the character of matter is no movement. The character of life is full of movement all the time, wanting to satisfy itself. Okay? And tries to realize them here. It attaches immense importance to the satisfaction and fulfillment of the life being. Okay? There are people who, even the smallest desires, they want to satisfy it immediately. And they'll go to any length to satisfy it. Even if they have to suffer, they don't mind that. Okay? So, tries to realize them. It attaches immense importance to satisfaction and fulfillment of the life being, the life force, the vital nature. It looks on physical existence as a field for life impulses, self-fulfillment. The play of ambition. There you are, see? The play of ambition. Ambition is a part of the vital. Very much. Okay? So, ambition, play of ambition, power, strong character. Those are many people who want to be always leaders. They want to be at the forefront of things. These are all the vital characters. Okay? Strong character, love, passion, adventure for the individual. Now he is talking about the collective. The collective, the general human seeking and hazard and venture. Okay? They like to have adventure and they are all the time seeking and they are taking risks also. Okay? For all kinds of life experience and new life experience. But for the saving element, this greater power, interest, significance, the physical existence would have for it no value at all. So, for the vital man, the physical world exists for its own satisfaction. Otherwise, there is no value at all. But the physical world is there. There are so many things in the physical world which can give you enjoyment. Okay? Everywhere you will see in nature things which can give you enjoyment. Okay? Even start from matter. Okay? There are diamonds, there are pearls, there is gold. That can give you tremendous satisfaction. Then you come to the plant life. It gives you the most fantastic fruits and flowers. It can satisfy you like anything. Your greed for food. Okay. Then you come to the mental. Okay. There also new ideas can give you a tremendous impetus for thinking and discovery. So everything is there. It is enjoying everything. Very vital. The vital man is enjoying everything. This life mentality is supported by our secret subliminal vital being and is in a veiled condition with the, veiled contact with the life world to which it can easily open and so feel the unseen dynamic forces and realities behind the material universe. So just as an individual has got this urge for satisfaction, this urge for movement, for adventure, in the universe also, this life plane, okay, this vast ocean of life, its whole stress is on satisfaction of desire. It tries to satisfy the desire. So those who are of this type, vital type, they have contact with the universal vital nature. That is what we mean by, we use the word subliminal vital being. Subliminal is that which is inside you and it is universal. So just as there is universal matter, there is universal life. And above that is universal mind. Okay? So, open and so feel the unseen dynamic forces and realities behind the material universe. And that's exactly the thing. Those who are very vital, sometimes they have contact with the vital life world. And that is the reason why, as I said, they can actually materialize things. They have the power to do that. Very often they have power, these vital people. They may have the power to see your mind and know the thoughts in it. So the basic character of life is power. Power, action. Okay? So that's what he's describing here. Then there is an inner life mind. The inner life mind and the subliminal mind is the same. So when we speak of the heights, the superconscious, matter is lowest, then life, then mind, and then higher mind, element mind, and other spiritual minds. Okay? But there's something inside you also. Okay? There's something inside you, something below you, something surrounding you. So inside you is what's going to call the subliminal being. Okay? The subliminal being, below the surface. So that is the inner life mind. There's an inner physical, there's an inner life, and there's an inner mind. Okay? This is a subliminal. You have to go horizontally into yourself. Not up, but into yourself. There is an inner life mind which does not need for its perceptions the evidence of the physical senses. There you are. So the inner life mind can know and sense things without physical senses. It can see, it can hear subtle sounds, and it can also have the power to contact these things which are invisible. Okay? So, it is not limited by them. The physical senses are not needed for the man who is living in the vital world. Okay? So, there are many people like that, no, who have this capacity. I gave you only one example, that Sai Baba. Many people think that he is a fraud. He is not a fraud, but a very limited personality. I'll tell you an interesting story. There was a gentleman here in the ashram, and he wanted to know, this Sai Baba, so many people go to him in Puttaparthi, thousands and thousands of foreigners go to him. So, of course, he is dead now. But why are they going there? So he went, this man, from the ashram, he went there. And he went and met Sai Baba. And not Shrizi, not Shrizi Sai Baba. He was a genuine spiritual man. But this Sai Baba was only a vital man. So, ashram man went to him and wanted to speak to him. So, Sai Baba asked him, from where have you come? He said, I have come from Sri Aurobindo ashram. He said, oh, you have come from Sri Aurobindo ashram. He is the sun. He is the blazing sun. I am only a candle. I am only a candlelight. You may have heard this story, but that shows that he was fully aware of his own limitation. So he was not a fraud. but very limited capacity. He could materialize things. That's what Srivendra is describing here. The man who is in touch with the universal life world. They have got these powers. Okay. So, I'm in the middle of but I'll go back to the beginning of the sentence and read. There is an inner life mind which does not need for its perceptions the evidence of the physical senses. You don't need. With your inner mind you can sense all these things. It is not limited by them. For on this level, our inner life and the inner life mind of the world, there you are, the inner life is the individual and the inner life of the world is the universal life element. Okay? Become real to us, independent of the body and of the symbols of the physical world, which alone we call natural phenomena. But the vital man is capable of seeing the vital world and all the things in the vital world without the senses. Okay? So people think it's fantastic, but spiritually speaking, it's not much. Okay? It's a power, but not much, which we call phenomena. As if nature had no greater phenomena and no greater realities than those of gross matter. The natural phenomena that we see are limited to the physical world. But if you are capable, if a man is capable of contact with the life element, his world is much larger, much larger. The vital man, molded consciously or unconsciously by these influences. If he is molded consciously, then he can be a spiritual person. But if it is unconsciously, he is being used by these influences, then like example Sai Baba. Okay? He is the man of desire and sensation, the man of force and action, the man of passion and emotion, kinetic individual. The word kinetic means movement, constantly, very active. He may and does lay great stress on the material existence, but he gives it, even when most preoccupied with his present actualities, a push for life experience, for force of realization, for life extension, for life power, for life affirmation and life expansion, which is nature's first impetus towards enlargement of the being. So you can see now, there are some people who, when they have to do something, they will not be discouraged by failure. They will go on and on and on until they get it. Okay, there are people like that, who defeated once, defeated twice, defeated thrice, will not give up. That is the nature of the vital man. Actually. So you can see now how important the vitality in man is necessary for human life. Okay. There are some who will do 2-3 times they will do and fail and say, oh, too difficult, I give up. But a vital man will never give up. Okay? So that's what Srivendra is describing. Kinetic individual. Okay? Now, he's saying it can go even higher. It can be highest intensity. At the highest intensity of this life impetus, he becomes the breaker of bonds, the seeker of new horizons, the disturber of the past and present in the interests of the future. Okay? So, a good example of this in Europe is Martin Luther, who, not being satisfied by the Christian habits, okay, the wrongdoings of the Christian habit, went into created a Protestant religion. So Srivendra was here, breaking of the bonds, the seeker of new horizons, the disturber of the past and present in the interest of the future. Okay, so many examples you can give to yourself who change the conditions in the physical world. So, Srivendra is in that sense also a disturber of the past. The past is saying, give up the physical world. But Srivendra is saying, definitely not. He is disturbing the knowledge of the Indian idea that Liberation means giving up the physical world and giving away. So Sranga is breaking that bond. Okay, so now I read the next sentence. He has a mental life. The vital man has a mental life, which is often enslaved to the vital force and his desires and passions. So he will use his mind and logic only to satisfy his desires. That's what Sranga is saying. Okay? Often enslaved to the vital force and his desires and passions. And it is these he seeks to satisfy through the mind. He uses the mind, but only for vital desires, for satisfaction of vital desires. But when he interests himself strongly in mental things, he can become the mental adventurer, the opener of the way to new mind formations, or the fighter for an idea, the sensitive type of artist, the dynamic poet of life, or the prophet or champion of a cause. So there are many people who change things in society. Their vital is very strong. Very, very strong vital. We have, if you remember, the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He was a very strong character. Okay. And it is he who managed to unite India. Okay. Otherwise there were 650 princely states. And when the British left, all will be fighting with each other. But he managed to get them all into the Indian Union. So that's very clearly, they call him the Iron Man. Huh? He had a tremendous will.
Man with iron will.
Yeah, that's right. So we have come to the end of the para. The vital mind is kinetic, full of action, and therefore a great force in the working of evolutionary nature. But if you want to do yoga, unfortunately, the vital is a huge burden and an obstruction. It obstructs your higher journey. Okay? So anyway, so now, Jishnu, you read the next para. We have got 6 minutes. We can read the para. Above this level of vital mind. You have the text with you?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. Above this vital.
Above the level of vital life, and yet inly intended, is a mind plane of pure thought and intelligence, to which the things of the mental world are the most important realities. Those who are under its influence, the philosopher, thinker, scientist, intellectual creator, the man of the idea, the man of the written or spoken word, the idealist and dreamer are the present mental being at his highest attained summit. This mental man has his life path, his life of passion and desires and ambitions and life hopes of all kinds, and his lower sensational and physical existence. And this lower part can often equibalance or weigh down his nobler mental element, so that, although it is the highest portion of him, it does not become dominant and formative in his whole nature. But this is not typical of him in his greatest development, for there the vital and physical are controlled and subjected by the thinking will and intelligence. The mental man cannot transform his nature, but he can control and harmonize it and lay on it the law of a mental ideal, impose a balance or a sublimating and refining influence, and give a high consistency to the multipersonal confusion and conflict or the summary patchwork of our divided and half-constructed being. He can be the observer and governor of his own mind and life, can consciously develop them, and become to that extent a self-creator.
So this is the description of the mental man. So Srega, as I told you, he is seeing in the evolution, where is it going to end? So he is starting step by step First the man, vital man, the material man, then the vital man, then the mental man. So the mental man, his nature, what nature is, he is describing here. So we don't have time to completely examine each sentence, but I will give you the summary of what he is saying, and that will make it quite clear basically what Sridhar is saying. So, above the vital mind is the pure mind. Exactly like the vital mind was above the mental, the physical mind. Now we have the pure mind. Pure mind. Pure mind is the one that is capable of logic, clear thinking, no confusion at all. He does not allow his desires to color his judgment. Okay? That is the pure mind. To a man living at this level, ideas, thoughts, mental perceptions, ideals are more real and more important than the things of the physical world. He becomes the philosopher, the idealist, the thinker, the scientist, the writer, the intellectual creator. He too has his vital elements, desires, passions, and these can hamper his mental activities and pull him down to a more earthy level. But the best of this class controls their vital, their emotions, and bring a harmony to the usually various warring members, battling. The mind and the vital and the body are constantly fighting among themselves. We'll give you examples next time when we go into details. Members of his being, what do you mind like? He can observe himself, develop himself, and self-create himself anew. This is where mental man can do this, but not the vital man. The vital man can absolutely not do this, but the mental man, if he is in control of his mind, and is more mental than vital, he can self-create himself. He can make quicker progress. That's what Sridhar is saying. Okay? So we stop here today, and I think next time we will redo this pattern in detail. Okay? Above this level of vital mentality. Okay? I make a note. Today we had only 2 people. I don't know why Archana they didn't come, but all the others have got problems. Okay?